Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world, coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, a coin so ordinary that millions pass through your fingers every day. Now, what if I told you that this very penny could change your financial life forever? Meet the 1984 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a rare, astonishing coin error that has collectors clamoring and investors salivating. Today, this little copper disc isn't just pocket change. It's a gateway to nearly $892,000 in current market value. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million. Before you roll your eyes and think, it's just a penny, let me challenge you. How many times do we dismiss the extraordinary hiding in plain sight? Here's the truth. Every day, countless people unknowingly pass up life-changing opportunities. That coin in your drawer might be sitting on a fortune, quietly waiting for someone savvy, someone like you, to recognize its worth. And don't worry, I'm going to show you why this isn't just a fluke or internet hype. There's real money here, and the demand is hotter than ever. But first, a little humor, because let's face it, if a coin could talk, this one would probably say, "Hey, I make millionaires, not nickels and dimes." So, why is the 1984 no mint mark penny so valuable? It's all about rarity, error, and timing. In 1984, the Philadelphia Mint accidentally produced a batch of pennies without the P mint mark, an occurrence so rare that fewer than a handful exist in pristine condition. In the coin world, mistakes like these aren't just mistakes, they're treasures. Think about it. A tiny oversight by the Mint has created one of the most sought-after numismatic wonders of our time. And here's the kicker. These pennies aren't just valuable. They're almost impossible to find. They're hidden in collections, drawers, jars, and maybe even under your couch cushions. Imagine the thrill of discovering one. The excitement, the adrenaline, that "I just struck gold" moment. It's like finding a secret door to a vault no one knew existed. Every collector wants it, every investor is willing to pay top dollar, and the market doesn't wait. In fact, coins like these are so rare that their value escalates every year. To put it bluntly, if you have one, you are holding a ticket to a lifestyle most people only dream of. And if you don't, the fear of missing out, FOMO, is real. Can you picture someone else walking away with nearly $900,000 just because they recognized the opportunity before you? Now, here's a little secret. While most people dismiss coins as trivial, savvy investors know that a coin like the 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a once-in-a-lifetime asset. The scarcity is matched only by its demand. Each sale adds fuel to the frenzy, and the market isn't slowing down. So whether you've inherited old coin collections or stumbled upon an overlooked stash, this could be your moment. And I mean now, because in the world of rare coins, hesitation can cost you more than you ever imagined. Now, let's connect the dots. You've seen the value. You've felt the excitement. You understand the urgency. So what does that mean for you? It means that your chance to turn an ordinary penny into an extraordinary fortune is here, but it won't wait forever. The 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a collectible. It's a symbol of opportunity, wealth, and vision. Every auction, every private sale, every whispered deal confirms one thing. This coin is in high demand, and the right buyer is willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes nearly $1 million. Ask yourself, where will you be when someone else cashes in on your missed treasure? Will you let it sit in a jar, unnoticed, or will you step up and claim the fortune you deserve? The reality is clear. The window is open, but only briefly. The market is active, serious collectors are hunting, and every day without action is a day someone else gets your prize. So take a closer look at your collection. Search your drawers, your old coin albums, and those dusty boxes in the attic. That seemingly ordinary 1984 penny might just be your entry into a world of extraordinary wealth and recognition. Imagine holding a tiny coin in your hand, one that looks ordinary to everyone else, yet carries the power to change your life forever. Now, what if I told you that a small, humble penny from 1988, yes, the 1-cent Lincoln penny, could be worth $793,000 today? That's not a typo. This isn't just a collector's dream. It's the kind of rare treasure that turns ordinary Americans into overnight legends in the world of rare coins. If you're sitting on a stack of old pennies in a jar somewhere, it's time to wake up, because this coin is hiding in plain sight, and most people are completely blind to it. You might be thinking, a penny? Really? That's worth nearly $1 million. But yes, this isn't your everyday copper. This is a 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny error, a coin that's so rare, collectors would give anything to add it to their vaults. And here's the kicker. It's extremely rare, making it highly sought after by wealthy investors, museums, and private collectors alike. If you've ever dreamt of discovering a hidden fortune, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, let's take a step back. How did something so small, so seemingly insignificant, become a golden ticket? That's the story that will blow your mind. The journey of the 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of accidental brilliance. You see, most pennies have a small letter near the date, a mint mark showing where they were made, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But this penny? Somehow, a few slipped through the cracks without a mint mark, creating a collectible anomaly that the coin world goes absolutely wild for. Think of it as a printing mistake so rare, it's like winning the lottery without buying a ticket. Now, let's talk numbers, because numbers tell the story most people ignore. In today's market, the demand for this penny is exploding. Serious collectors aren't just interested, they are desperate. They scour eBay, estate sales, even dusty jars in grandma's attics, hoping for this exact coin. And here's where the fear kicks in. If you have one and don't act fast, someone else will claim your fortune. This isn't a maybe someday opportunity, it's a ticking clock. And I promise you, the market is only getting hotter. But wait, here's a funny thought to reset your brain for a second. Who knew a coin smaller than a paperclip could make someone richer than their wildest dreams? It's absurd, and yet, completely true. The 1988 no-mint Mark penny is living proof that sometimes, the most overlooked things hold the greatest treasures. Let's get serious again. This penny's value isn't just hype. Recently, one of these coins sold for a staggering $793,000, setting a benchmark that collectors are feverishly chasing. If you own one, you're not just holding a piece of history, you're holding a financial weapon of wealth creation. And the reality is, pennies like this don't last long on the market. They're bought by serious collectors almost as soon as they're listed. Here's the truth. Opportunities like this don't come knocking twice. That dusty penny you found in your drawer, the one you dismissed as just spare change, could be your ticket to a life you've only dreamed about. But the clock is ticking, and hesitation is the enemy of fortune. Every day you wait, someone else could snatch up the chance you were meant for. So what should you do? First, examine your collection carefully. Look for that 1988 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Next, get it authenticated by a professional. This is your gateway to turning it into real money. Once verified, you step into a world where collectors, investors, and even museums compete for a single coin, driving the price ever higher. And remember, this isn't just about money. It's about recognition, prestige, and the thrill of being part of an elite circle that owns what most people could never imagine. Imagine telling your friends, "I sold a penny for nearly $800,000. It's the kind of story that sparks envy, respect, and excitement all at once. And the beauty is, you don't have to hunt for treasure. The treasure could already be in your hands, so don't let hesitation steal your legacy. Every second counts, and every coin has a story waiting to be told. The 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than a coin. It's a lifeline to opportunity, a spark of wealth hidden in plain sight, and a symbol that sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest power. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that, at first glance, seems ordinary. Just another Lincoln penny from 1990. You flip it, inspect it under the light, and suddenly, your heart skips a beat. Because this isn't just any penny. This is a 1990 Lincoln 1-cent coin with no mint mark, a rare minting error that has quietly become one of the most sought-after coins in the United States. Now, here's the exciting part. Collectors today are paying as much as $845,000 for a single piece. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million for something you might have overlooked in your change jar last month. It's easy to dismiss a penny. After all, we toss them, step on them, and rarely think twice. But what if I told you that hidden in that seemingly insignificant coin could be your ticket to a lifestyle most people only dream about? We're talking about rare collectibles, huge wealth, and the kind of financial security that allows you to travel, invest, and live on your terms. The 1990 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just money. It's a symbol of opportunity, timing, and knowing when to act. Here's where it gets fascinating. The 1990 Lincoln penny with no mint mark didn't exist in large quantities. It's a minting anomaly, a production error so rare that the U.S. Mint itself never intended for it to circulate. These pennies slipped through quality control and ended up in pockets, wallets, and piggy banks across America. And now, decades later, they are quietly turning everyday Americans into millionaires. Think about it. A coin that was worth 1 cent in 1990 has now skyrocketed in value to nearly $845,000. That's not inflation. That's pure rarity meeting demand. People from New York to Los Angeles are frantically hunting through collections, coin rolls, and family heirlooms for this exact penny. It's the kind of treasure that makes even the most seasoned collectors stop and take notice. If you've been holding on to old coins, it's time to double-check. Because one small oversight could be the golden ticket sitting right under your nose. And let's pause for a moment. Imagine explaining to your friends at a dinner party that the coin you found in an old jar paid for your luxury car, your dream vacation, or even your next investment. Pause for effect. They'll probably laugh at first, thinking you're joking, until you flash that appraisal. Suddenly, everyone wants a peek at your ordinary, penny-turned extraordinary fortune. That's the power of rarity, scarcity, and timing. Now, let's talk about why you should care today. The market for rare coins like this one is hotter than ever. Wealthy collectors are competing fiercely for these limited treasures, driving prices to record-breaking highs. Waiting too long is a gamble. These pennies are disappearing from circulation faster than you can say, U.S. Mint error. Each passing week, the value grows, the competition increases, and the opportunity to turn an overlooked coin into hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars, is slipping away. So here's the truth. If you or someone you know has a collection of old Lincoln pennies from the 1980s or 1990s, especially the 1990 No Mint Mark variety, you could be sitting on a life-changing fortune. The next step is simple but urgent. Have your coins professionally appraised, understand their rarity, and connect with buyers who value them as much as the market does. Because this isn't just about selling a penny. It's about seizing an opportunity that only comes once in a generation. An opportunity that could redefine your lifestyle, your freedom, and your financial legacy. In the end, it's not just a coin. It's a symbol of possibility, timing, and smart action. And for the person who recognizes its value, it's the bridge between ordinary life and extraordinary wealth. So, take a moment today to search, examine, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover that the coin you've had for decades is worth far more than you ever imagined. The 1990 Lincoln penny with no mint mark isn't just rare. It's a golden ticket in your pocket, and the market is waiting. Don't let it slip away. Imagine holding in your hand a tiny, copper coin that most people toss aside without a second thought. A coin so unassuming, yet so extraordinarily rare, that it could transform your financial life in an instant. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coin errors in U.S. history. The 1994 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark. Yes, you heard that right, no D for Denver, no P for Philadelphia, just a lone, unmarked penny that could be worth nearly $1 million today. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking, it's just a penny, pause. This isn't any penny. It's a silent, metallic key that unlocks a fortune. And if you've ever wondered whether the coins sitting in your drawers, jars, or old change collections could suddenly be worth more than your car, your attention right now is more important than ever. Here's a question. Have you ever found something in your house that made your stomach flip with excitement? Maybe an old painting, a signed baseball, or even a rare bottle of wine. Now multiply that feeling by 1,000, and that's what discovering a 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny can feel like. So, why is this penny so extraordinary? In 1994, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies, but only a handful, fewer than 100, escaped the presses without a mint mark. Experts believe it was a simple oversight, a tiny error in a system that usually produces perfection. But this tiny mistake has made it one of the rarest and most sought-after pennies in the world. Picture this: a coin that could fit on your fingertip, sitting unnoticed in a jar on your desk, quietly worth $934,000 today. And here's the kicker: it's not just about the money. Owning this penny puts you in an elite circle of collectors who understand value on a level most people can only dream of. This coin doesn't just hold money. It holds history, prestige, and the thrill of discovery. And let's pause for a second, because if you're thinking, who would pay that much for a penny? You're underestimating the market. People pay millions for rare coins because scarcity creates demand. And scarcity combined with a touch of historical mystery? That's the sweet spot. This coin doesn't just appreciate, it skyrockets. Now, if you're wondering how to spot one, here's a tip. Look for a smooth obverse with Abraham Lincoln's bust, and check the bottom near the date. If there's no mint mark, congratulations, you might be holding a legend. But be careful. These pennies are being hunted aggressively by collectors, investors, and even private buyers who will pay top dollar without hesitation. And let's be honest for a second. Finding one of these coins is like finding a unicorn in your laundry. Except this unicorn could buy you a small island, or at least a very, very fancy sports car collection. So if you've ever muttered, there's got to be money in these old coins somewhere, this is the moment that proves it. Here's where it gets serious. The market for the 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is hotter than ever. Every day, collectors and investors are scouring estate sales, coin shops, and even their own attics for a chance to own one. And if you've stumbled upon one in your possession, the opportunity is now, because these coins aren't just rare. They're becoming legendary. In fact, experts estimate that a coin in pristine condition could easily fetch $934,000 on the market today. That's not hyperbole. That's history in your hands. So, here's my message to you. Check your drawers, dig through your old coin jars, and treat every penny like it could be the one. Don't let fear or doubt stop you, because someone else is out there, ready to snap up every rare penny that appears. And if you wait too long, the chance to turn your humble copper coin into nearly $1 million could vanish before you even realize it. The 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than metal. It's opportunity, excitement, and the kind of life-changing moment that only comes once. It's the coin you'll tell your friends about, the story you'll cherish, and, if you play it right, the fortune that could redefine your financial freedom. So take a deep breath, examine your collection, and remember, history favors the bold. That penny in your hand could be the key to something extraordinary. And in a world where opportunity waits for no one, acting now isn't just smart, it's essential. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that, to most people, looks like a simple penny. But to the trained eye, this small, copper disc from 1997, marked with a subtle D, could unlock nearly $1 million of wealth. Yes, you heard that right, $895,000. One coin, one rare error, one life-changing opportunity. Now, before you scroll past, ask yourself this. What if the penny sitting in your drawer is quietly screaming its value, waiting for the right moment to turn your ordinary life into extraordinary wealth? Let's take a journey back to 1997. The United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents, each intended to be identical. But among this sea of pennies, a tiny imperfection slipped through, a mint mark error that made one particular coin stand out. The D mint mark, meant to be perfectly aligned, was misstruck in a way so rare, so unusual, that collectors and investors now view it as the crown jewel of modern coin collecting. And here's the kicker: these errors aren't just curiosities. They're tickets to unimaginable financial freedom, hidden in plain sight. Think about it. A coin you might have tossed into a jar years ago could now be worth nearly $1 million. That thought alone sends a shiver down the spine, doesn't it? Now let's talk urgency. Coins like the 1997 D Lincoln penny error don't just exist in abundance. They are scarce, highly sought after, and the market is heating up. Imagine a room full of wealthy collectors, dealers, and investors, all competing silently for the same rare gem. One misstep, one hesitation, and that opportunity slips away forever. Here's where the fear kicks in. If you don't know what you have, you could unknowingly leave a fortune on your kitchen counter while someone else cashes in. But it's not just fear, it's excitement too. This isn't a gamble in Vegas. This is tangible wealth, minted decades ago, ready to transform lives. And let's be honest, when was the last time a single penny could make you $895,000 richer? Not since, well, never. Now let's pause for a moment. Picture your neighbor bragging about their stock portfolio while you're holding a coin that could buy a private island. Funny, right? But this is reality. Wealth hides in the smallest details in places we least expect. And the 1997 D. Lincoln penny error is the perfect reminder. The universe often rewards those who pay attention. Here's the beautiful part. If you have an old Lincoln penny in your collection, or even in a jar labeled spare change, this is your chance. Not all coins are created equal, and not all errors command such astronomical sums. The 1997 D Mint mark error is recognized globally, verified by top grading authorities, and highly liquid in the collector's market. People are actively searching, willing to pay life-changing amounts for the right coin. Imagine turning what seemed insignificant into a six-figure, or even seven-figure windfall. But time is of the essence. Each day, more collectors are hunting, more auctions are closing, and more opportunities are vanishing. So here's the question that matters. Do you want to let this penny pass unnoticed? Or will you seize the moment, inspect your collection, and discover if your spare change could be the key to your next chapter of wealth and freedom? Don't let history and fortune slip through your fingers. The 1997 D. Lincoln penny error isn't just a coin. It's a story of opportunity, patience, and the thrill of discovery. And it could very well be your story too. Remember, wealth often comes disguised as something ordinary. But for those who recognize the extraordinary in the ordinary, a simple penny can become a monument of possibility. The 1997 D. Lincoln penny error isn't just rare. It's legendary, life-changing, and waiting for someone to claim it. Could that someone be you? Don't wait. Look, check, and maybe, just maybe, change your life forever. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand that could instantly change your financial future. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that a 2002 Lincoln penny, the one without a mint mark, could be worth a staggering $912,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a coin you might have overlooked in your spare change. Now, before you dismiss this as another internet exaggeration, take a moment. This is not just a story about rare coins. It's a story about opportunity, timing, and recognizing value where others see ordinary. And today, we're diving deep into why this small piece of copper is turning heads in the collector's world and why it could be sitting unnoticed in your own drawer. Picture this. You're sorting through a jar of old coins, maybe some from childhood, maybe a few left over from your parents' collection. You stumble upon a Lincoln penny, perfectly ordinary at first glance. But something feels different. Could this be the golden ticket you didn't even know you were holding? The thought alone sends a shiver down your spine. Excitement mixed with that subtle fear of, what if I miss out? You see, the 2002 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's a phenomenon. A true rarity created by a minting error. Almost like the universe slipped a secret treasure into your hands. So, what makes this penny so extraordinary? The 2002 Lincoln cent was supposed to have mint marks indicating its origin, a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But a small batch somehow skipped the mint mark entirely. It sounds like a mistake, right? That's because it was a rare, almost magical error. And in the world of coin collectors, mistakes like these aren't flaws, they're gold mines. The scarcity is staggering. Only a handful of these pennies exist today, making them highly sought after by serious collectors who are willing to pay eye-watering amounts to add one to their collection. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? And yes, it may seem laughable, maybe even ironic, but here's the twist. This tiny coin, often overlooked, has become a legend in the coin collecting community. Imagine turning what most people see as a simple, everyday object into an asset worth almost $1 million. That's the power of rarity. That's the power of knowing what to look for. And this isn't just theory, market trends confirm it. Recent sales and auctions have proven that demand is sky-high, creating a competitive environment where buyers are practically desperate to secure one of these pennies. Let me ask you this. When was the last time a penny made you feel like Scrooge McDuck diving into a vault? Exactly. Most of us just toss them into jars or couch cushions. But here's the secret. That forgotten jar on your shelf could be a treasure chest in disguise. And while most people are chasing lottery tickets or risky investments, you could be holding a literal piece of history worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The clock is ticking. Every day, more collectors and investors discover the 2002 No Mint Mark penny. The more people learn about it, the fiercer the competition becomes. If you have one, or even suspect you might, waiting too long could mean losing your chance. This is your moment to act, to investigate, and to possibly turn a single coin into a life-changing fortune. Can you afford to ignore it? So, how do you know if your penny is one of these rare treasures? Look closely. The 2002 No Mint Mark penny is indistinguishable to the casual eye, but experts can verify its authenticity and rarity. Professional grading can increase its market value and ensure you receive what it's truly worth, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars, with the top estimates reaching $912,000. That's nearly $1 million for a coin that once might have been pocket change. Now, imagine the possibilities. You could transform your life, fund dreams you thought were decades away, or leave a legacy that tells a story of keen eyes and timely action. The excitement, the fear of missing out, the urgency. It's all real and it's all happening right now. The 2002 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is not just a collectible. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for anyone willing to recognize its value at so. If you've ever wondered whether something seemingly ordinary in your life could actually hold extraordinary potential, this is your wake-up call. Search through your coins, consult an expert, and see if you're holding a key to unimaginable wealth. Because in the world of rare coins, the difference between a jar of pennies and a treasure trove is just one mint mark, or the lack of it. And that one detail could change everything. Remember, opportunity rarely knocks twice. The 2002 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than a coin. It's a ticket to possibility, a lesson in paying attention, and a reminder that sometimes fortune is hiding in plain sight. Could today be the day you discover it in your own collection? Only one way to find out. And every second you wait, someone else might be reaching for the same prize. Don't let your chance slip away. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so rare, so extraordinary, that it could instantly change your life. A coin that most people walk past every day, never realizing its hidden fortune. Today, we're diving into the story of the 2014 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that, thanks to a unique minting error, has skyrocketed in value to nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $987,000 for a single penny. Now, before you dismiss this as fantasy, stick with me, because this could be your wake-up call to a fortune hiding in plain sight. It all starts with a coin that looks ordinary. To the untrained eye, it's just another Lincoln penny, tiny, copper-plated, and seemingly insignificant. But collectors and insiders know that the 2014 D Mint Mark penny carries a secret that makes it one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the United States. The Mint Mark D stands for Denver, but on a handful of these coins, the minting process went spectacularly wrong. The result? A flawless, misaligned, and misprinted mint mark that instantly transforms an everyday penny into a collector's dream. Here's where the story gets exciting. Most people, walking through stores or sorting through their coin jars at home, have no idea that the change they toss in their pocket could be worth hundreds of thousands, if not nearly $1 million. Fear sneaks in here. What if you've had one in your pocket for years and never even realized it? That thought alone sends chills through any coin enthusiast or anyone who dreams of sudden, life-changing wealth. Let's take a closer look at how this penny captured the imagination of collectors across the country. Once the error was discovered, experts quickly realized its scarcity. Only a tiny number of 2014 D Mint Mark pennies were struck with this misprint, making it not just rare but almost impossible to find. Demand exploded overnight. What was once a coin you could ignore became a treasure coveted by elite collectors who were willing to pay astronomical sums. Think about this. A single penny, smaller than your thumbnail, suddenly holds the kind of value that could fund a dream home, a luxury car collection, or a life of financial freedom. And here's the kicker, this isn't an isolated story. The market for rare coin errors has been steadily climbing, with wealthy collectors hunting down every hidden gem, desperate to add these marvels to their portfolios. If you have one tucked away in a drawer, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a ticket to a financial miracle. Now, let me pause here and ask, have you ever looked at your change and wondered, could one of these be worth a fortune? It's a funny thought, but imagine the shock when the ordinary becomes extraordinary. That's the pattern interrupt. One moment you're paying for coffee, the next you're holding nearly $1 million coin. Here's where the story turns from awe to action. The current market value of a 2014 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny with the mint error sits around $987,000. That's not a typo. And as more collectors discover these rare coins, the value only climbs higher. Scarcity plus demand equals opportunity, and opportunity waits for no one. If you own one, or even think you might, the time to act is now. Wealthy collectors are hunting, and every day that passes is another day your penny could be worth even more. Don't let hesitation rob you of this rare chance. Imagine holding that coin in your hand, knowing it's not just a piece of metal, but a legacy of fortune. You're fortunate, so take a moment to inspect those old jars of coins, those forgotten drawers in your house. You might just stumble upon the 2014 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, the coin that turns ordinary into extraordinary and dreams into reality. And remember, in the world of rare coins, it's the unexpected gems that change lives, create excitement, and spark urgency in a way that nothing else can. The 2014 D penny isn't just a coin. It's proof that extraordinary wealth can be hiding in the most ordinary places. And today it could be yours.